Cleaning, but how are you cleaning the air that you breathe? This is an idea whose time has come for sure. And there are so many things that set it apart. First and foremost, LivePure is a brand that I'm so proud that we have here at HSN. They really go the extra mile when it comes to thinking of you, their customer, because remember, you want to clean the air that you breathe, but you also don't want a lot of hidden costs. Like, how much is that extra filter? Where do I find my filters? Where do I buy my filters? Forever Filter is built in. It's a sealed chamber design. It's not a, gosh, I wish I were a HEPA, air purifier when I grew up. It's the real deal, and not for nothing, it's pretty. So here's what we have. This price is good for today and today only. This is your final look. It's your last opportunity. It is only for this show, or as long as supplies last, for less than $100. Guys, my mind is blown, because if you go to hsn.com right now, all day, every day, I've purchased a couple of air purifiers for my home in the neighborhood of $199, $279, a lot more than this, okay? So last show, price goes away at midnight, very limited quantities. So I'd love for you to see, we've sold over 2,000. We have the last 1,000, and that does not take into consideration everyone who's joining us in the various forms of ordering. So before I introduce you to Vonabelle, our special guest, you choose your color of choice. Are we officially calling this graphite? That's what I thought. This will be the first to go. Look at that, beautiful. It's almost like a burlized wood. I mean, boy, oh boy, you wanna talk about aesthetically pleasing? See, that's what I mean. LivePure really goes the extra mile. Look at this great black. And once more, it has those really decorator and designer details that make a difference. 672-212. And then check out that white. Boy, the white really shows off that nice wood grain design. Let me do this real quickly, because we want to clear the air and we want to introduce Vonabelle, Forever Filter, True HEPA, price that is blowing my mind. This could have easily been another Today's Special. Did you blink? Look at that. We are clearing the air as we speak for the best price I have personally ever seen, even better than a Today's Special in many respects. But we can't do these shows without our home expert, Vonabelle Sherman, who is joining me safely at home. Vonabelle, I'm telling you, we need to be running this in the studio. I can tell that we've had dust for our rate cop, like real dust, because already, it's not a cure or treatment for allergies or asthma, but doggone it, I don't realize how much of a difference these make until you get them at home. And that's really what happens, isn't it?
Yeah, it's true. You don't know. So what just happened in that chamber for you is that LivePure moved the air so it can clean the air. And that's key, because if you don't move the air, you can't clean the air. Because if we want to clean over 200 square feet like this unit does, you need to be able to pull air from the left, pull air from the right, so that you put it all through the true HEPA filtration. And it is a 2-layer filtration system. You first have cocoa carbon, which of the good, better, best is the best in a pre-filter. We're going to capture all the big particles. If you have pets, you're going to see their hair on this. And we're going to collect those odors and furs and VOCs, which are the smelly things in your home. Then we're going to get to the true HEPA. And that's going to do all the allergens, the things that are making you miserable. Your eyes are itchy, dander, and mold spores. Mold spores are the things that float around. Like this year, you might have had a leak and you ended up with mold on your walls. Well, that stays there. That needs to be remediated differently, but mold spores go in the air, and that's when you don't feel well. Your eyes get itchy. You feel like you wake up in the middle of the night clearing your throat. You're sniffling. This is the season of everything. It is tree, pollen, weed, grass, and never mind that the EPA says the air inside our house is 5 times as toxic as outside. And of course, we're all quarantining, staying home as much as possible, so we want the best air. And this unit does 202 square feet. So just for an idea, that could be 10 by 15, 15 by 15. But as you've heard me say many times on my air purifier demos, never think, oh, I have to get out a ruler and be perfect, because here's what happens. At that level, we clean it 5 times every hour. 120 times a day. Put it in a bigger room. Instead of 5 times an hour, maybe we'll do 4 times an hour. Put it in a smaller room, maybe we'll do it 6 or 7 times an hour. So if you want to look at that graph, we can go to that, because it's a good word picture for you to know the sizes of things that are in your air. So one single piece of hair is 100 microns, 80 to 100. Depends how big your hair is. If you have big Texas hair, it's 100. And then we have pollen, then we have household dust and pet dander, and then smoke. Now, smoke is the tiniest, hardest particle to remove, but not for LivePure because we do have true HEPA. Now, here's the big thing. Can you find a $100 air purifier? Yes, but in 3 to 6 months, you're going to have to go buy a new filter that is going to cost you $40, $50, $60, $70. This, as Shannon said, is a forever filter, meaning it's permanent. You do not look for a tape measure in a few months. You actually simply just vacuum it. So what are you going to vacuum it with? You're going to pick up your upholstery tool. You recognize this, right? Upholstery tools to your vacuum. And you simply vacuum it clean. And you're going to do that whenever you vacuum the floors. Make sure you do it once a month, though. And it returns it to its original performance. This filter is a forever filter. It's meant to last the life of the unit. Now, the life of the unit, they say, is about 12 years. Not because the unit's going to be bad, but in 12 years, you might want something new technology, that kind of thing. So isn't it nice you don't have a money pit? You don't have to spend another nickel on a filter for your LivePure unit, and these are gorgeous. Now, Shannon, you mentioned that the gray was going quick, as it often does, because that's such an on-trend color. My son is buying a house. The floors are exactly that color gray. So great choice to make along with the other ones, right, Shannon?
It absolutely is. In fact, you read my mind. So here's what's happening. This is the last show. If you are channel surfing, we're HSN. We've been in business for over 43 years. We are so proud to have LivePure on the air. Even if you've never discovered HSN before, you need this. You just do. And certainly I think we all understand the ramifications of being indoors. The air in our home is actually dirtier than the air in the great outdoors. There's never been a time in history where it's vitally important to the good health of you, your family, your pets, your cats, your dogs, your kids, to do your utmost best in really doing what we can to maintain our good health. And whether it's allergy season, whether you suffer from asthma like I do, and again, it's not a cure or treatment for anything. If you don't have this, you are forcing your little lungs to kind of catch up and do the filtration. But the big thing you have to understand is, and Vonabelle's absolutely right, she nailed it. Can you find air purifiers in this price range? Absolutely. But I can almost guarantee you, first of all, they're not going to have forever filters with that sealed chamber. They're probably going to have like little adjectives such as HEPA-like, HEPA-esque. This is true HEPA. So let me show you what's left, because this price is done after my show at 12 midnight with the final 1,000. Of course, that does not take into account the hundreds and hundreds of people who are joining us in the various forms of ordering. Vonabelle's right. If you want that beautiful graphite, that gray, we have the final 300. So last 300 on that gray. Notice that beautiful kind of wood grain experience kind of mimics that great look. Wonderful touch control pad on the top, by the way. It's just, it looks pretty. This is not something you're ashamed to keep out. Incidentally, it's only 25 inches in the height and then 9 inches in the width if you're taking measurements at home. Classic black, of course, you can't go wrong. Final 300 on that black, 672212. Last show, only show of issue at this price. 3 flexible payments of $33.33. And then that nice white. And I love that the white, you can really see what mimics the look of wood in that trim. Boy, these are so good looking. You're not going to be ashamed to leave this out in the open. That's just it. You want it to do its thing. So final 400 on that white. And we want to clear the air. And then I'm going to go back to Vonabelle. Vonabelle, it's so funny. I might have to turn some of these on because no kidding. I can tell that we've been bringing in dust and stuff for all the home demos that we're doing today, because already my nose is getting a little stuffy. Again, not curing or treating my allergies, but because I'm like you, I spent a lot more than $99 for an air purifier at home, and holy moly, to get LivePure true HEPA, a forever filter, getting all the way down to the smallest of particulates. It's gonna help you clear the air. And you know, with a 30-day money-back guarantee, see if you aren't breathing better. See if you're not sleeping better. Are your eyes red? Are they kind of sore? I mean, just, you know, how do you feel about the quality of air in your home? Because Vonabelle, even though, you know, here in Florida, we get sunshine 12 months out of the year, but I keep my house locked up tighter than a drum. I mean, I really do. And we are recycling that air inside. And oh, by the way, they are giving me a quick update. Considering everyone who's calling, last 600. So they are going for sure. So Vonabelle, it's really true. The air in our homes is dirtier than the air outside. And obviously we're thinking of our health with the air that we breathe, right?
Absolutely. And you know, I've said this on other demos, you know, for air purifiers as I was presenting them to you. It's an act of love for your family because you're cleaning the air for your family. Everybody breathes better. Everybody feels better. And this unit is perfect for a bedroom because when you put it in there and close the door, in 1 hour, it won't even be the same air. The air will have been cleaned every 12 minutes, 5 times an hour, 120 times a day. So truly, it's not the same air. You'll feel better. And if you run it all night, you'll sleep better. You'll feel better when you wake up in the morning. So you're actually setting yourself for a great foundation. And I'm really glad that LivePure gave this kind of gift because putting it at this price made it like an entry-level price for air purifier, but there's nothing entry-level in its features because it is true HEPA, not fake HEPA. It is a permanent filter. You won't spend another nickel. As a matter of fact, if you have an air purifier at home and you're like, oh, it's time to get a new, you know, filter and it's going to cost me $50, don't do that. Get this one and never have to buy another filter again. So look at what we're going to collect. We're going to collect all the things that are irritating you first through the cocoa carbon and then through the true HEPA. Allergens, dust, dander, dust mites, all of those things that are bothering you can be cleaned out of the air so that you can breathe better. And we made it so simple to get it home. Now, I did want to show you what, that's taking in all the dirt and dander and sending out only clean air. Because you know why? We're collecting 99.97% of every particle that's in the air. That's virtually 100%. So you're really going to clean the air. If you've been struggling or you're just like, well, if I'm going to stay in the house so much, I need clean air to breathe, this is a great one to do. Now, what I want to show you is the difference. So on here, look at this. This is the pre-filter dirty, courtesy of my son, who was returning this to me and said, you know, I didn't clean it yet, and I told him not to. And it will get this dirty. But think about, this is what you would be breathing if you did not have the true HEPA. And look at how white and clean it should look like. Look at the difference. So that's what's going to be collected for you in your home so you can breathe better, so you can feel better. And this is a great unit, maybe in the nursery so your kids sleep better, the baby sleeps better, but it's great for your bedroom. And there is a low, medium, and high, and also a sleep setting, which is your lowest setting, so that you can sleep and still clean the air. That beautiful accent light is optional. Because a lot of people don't like light when they're sleeping, but some love the little light to find your way to the bathroom or know where that air purifier is. So that's a great feature. And then don't forget, we are capturing 99.97. Now, of all the particles in the air. Shannon mentioned this. I wanted to follow up. Shannon had told you that it's a sealed gasket. I dare you to go look at whatever's in your home right now, if you have one, and go see if it's cardboard or paper. Not true with the LivePure. It's a sealed gasket. Look at that. It's actually rubberized so that no air can bypass and come out dirty, because that's what happens on inferior models. So maybe you bought air purifiers and like, oh, I give up because maybe it's not working. It might not be working because it's not a sealed gasket. So air's coming in and some is sneaking by and coming out dirty. No air can sneak by the LivePure unit because it's sealed on the sides. So everything goes through 2 layers of filtration, cocoa carbon and true HEPA, and you never buy another filter. It's permanent. You simply vacuum it clean. Incredible technology.
Oh, Vonabelle, I apologize. It looks like your son missed out on that gray, unless you know some people, because the graphite is gone. So the graphite is officially gone. Black will be next. We have fewer than 300. And then I'm surprised about that white because the white is just, goes anywhere. I mean, it's a designer color for sure, especially since it really mimics that look of natural wood on that trim on the top. They are going for sure. In fact, if we consider every person who's placing their order, and again, shop via your app, load it on your phone, shop via remote, we're looking at fewer than 300. I would do it. There's a 30-day return policy. Certainly, while Vanna does an amazing job educating us, you don't need either one of us to tell you, you should be concerned about the air that you breathe. And you're doing it with a great brand for a price that we are only honoring now. This is the final show. Not HEPA-like, not wish it were HEPA when it grew up. True HEPA, forever filter. And Vanna Bill, I mean, because I know you're a professional organizer and a home expert. Doesn't hurt that it's pretty, for heaven's sake.
Oh, absolutely not. And that white is so much like, popular A electronics. So if your home has a lot of that, that's a great thing to add. And this is from LivePure, another comfort factor, because I take great comfort in it too. I'm a consumer. This has a 6-year warranty and USA-based customer service. So if you make a phone call to have a question or a problem, you're going to reach the United States of America and speak to an American, and you have that 6-year warranty. Why can they do that? Because they're so confident in their product. And then I want to talk about what you're doing maybe now. You're putting sprays in the air to cover up the dog, candles. Don't do that. These are the exact same things you shouldn't put in the air. Instead, remove everything with LivePure.
Absolutely. Well said. Vanna Bill, thank you as always. We so appreciate you. Thank you, my friend.
My pleasure.
Well, gray is gone, graphite's gone.